It was really surreal to me. My first thought was that I am an excellent mother. I don't deserve this. That was a really innocent mistake that it never should have happened. But I don't deserve their involvement in my life because my son is like in a really safe and really loving environment. I really did not sleep all night. Probably I slept for like an hour in the morning. I was crying. I was a mess. I couldn't believe it. My appetite was like zero. I didn't eat for like literally the first 2 months. I was living off water and like some fruits. Uh, yeah, it's just, I don't know, my life turned upside down. I was trying to talk a lot to myself and actually telling myself that I know that was a mistake, but wasn't like I didn't do it in a bad, like I didn't mean bad by it. It was just, like a mistake that actually I knew that did not affect my son in that way that actually was seen. And I'm like, I keep telling to myself that I am still an excellent mother. I didn't harm my son in any way, even though that was a big mistake. So when the local, state, federal law enforcement, which was the FBI, came to my house at first and they knocked at my door, I really thought was a mistake. And I had to explain to them everything, like I did explain to the DCF and to my attorney, Mr. Seaver. And actually, they believed me. They searched my phone, they searched the electronics, they found nothing on my phone but the picture, with which I actually totally forgot about. It was taken like a year ago. They were really nice. They actually understood that I told them it's our culture, that we don't see it in any bad way, but I understood that was a big mistake, and I told them it's not going to happen again. No charges were pressed by their part, but they told me that they had to notify the DCF only because my child was involved and they were mandated a reporter. The DCF got involved, was reported by the law enforcement the same night as a non-emergency. And I received 2 days after a call from DCF saying that they supported like so they were coming for an assessment. I found Attorney Seaver on Google. I was looking for a great lawyer that actually was specialized in DCF cases. I had a couple other lawyers that were suggested to me, but when I found Mr. Seaver on Google and I saw all the reviews and all the great things, the way he helped people that had DCF involved in their life, I wanted Mr. Seaver to be by my side. So I decided to call him, and I called him, and I decided right away he was going to be my lawyer and walk me through the process and help me through it. When I contacted Mr. Seaver, all the questions that he did right away, he wanted to know about the case, and he wanted to know if I actually, that was a mistake, and I assured him that actually that was a mistake, and wasn't nothing bad behind that picture but a joke. And he actually wanted to meet with us and discuss the case. And a couple other lawyers, they gave me like some really advice, but they were like really really vague advice that actually did not help me at all, because I followed their advice the first time that I had the DCF at my house and it did not work. They told me just to give the DCF a lot of details, and that's what I did, and it did not work. I gave them more details that I should have given to them the first visit. Before I contacted Mr. Seaver, I contacted this other lawyer that actually I explained to him the situation, and he gave me some advice, which they were like, just give the DCF as many details as you can, which I did. I requested his presence in my house, and he said that his presence won't be necessary because I was really trustable person according to him, and I will do good when DCF comes to my house. And then actually that did not happen because the allegations were supported. And the difference between the previous lawyer and after I contacted Mr. Seaver was that Mr. Seaver, his advice was that he should be there in every visit and he will handle DCF, and he will suggesting me and giving me advice about everything and about every possible question they might ask me. So I felt really good with his presence. I wasn't even that nervous. And that was really helpful from Mrs. Seaver's part. And really grateful because in this situation, I really needed a lawyer by my side, and Mrs. Seaver was there all the visits and every time I needed him. Mr. Seaver, when I contacted him, he, compared to the other lawyers, actually, it took me 3 or 4 times to the other lawyers for them to give me a phone call back. With Mr. Seaver, it took me only one phone call. He was right on the phone with me. He gave me advice. He accepted to take my case every time I needed him. Mr. Seaver and his assistant, every time they answered to me, all my emails were answered right away in like 5 minutes. Compared to the other lawyers, actually, I had a hard time to get in touch with them. So this is another reason that actually I really appreciate Mr. Seaver and all this help, because he's there every minute that you need him. And every time you call him or text him or email him, he will answer right away. When I contacted Mr. Seaver, he, since the beginning, the first phone call that I made with him, he had a plan for my case. He was right on my case, and he was explaining to me that we will need expert to show to the DCF and to tell them that actually this what happened in my case wasn't nothing bad hiding or nothing bad behind it. Mr. Seaver recommended that we actually he found for me experts, 5 different experts throughout the country, really experienced and well-positioned experts that actually wrote reports that we sent to DCF, and something that other lawyers didn't do. If somebody else was in my position, I would say that don't waste your time and your energy with another lawyer that actually doesn't have the experience, or the or it's not specialized in DCF. I would say just call Mr. Seaver right away, because he's the one to help you and to deal with DCF, and he will be by your side all the way. The first time that actually DCF came to my house, he was really professional. He was well known for the area director and for the supervisor, and he worked with them in the spirit of cooperation. DCF became his ally, and he was DCF ally, and they actually, I don't know what to say. He did an excellent job for me, and I am overjoyed, and I don't know how to thank him enough for all his professional work and his hard work. He never stopped all this month helping me, and he did the best and more than he could do. If I could give you 20, I could give you 10, 20 or 100. From 1 to 10, definitely a 10. Oh, I can't thank you enough. You made my day. This is the happiest day of my life. Thank you so much. Right now, today, in this moment, I would say it's like the happiest day of my life. Mr. Seaver just really, really can turn somebody's life and make it a happy one, and turn it around and make them live again, because DCF involvement can really impact your life in a negative way and impact the life in every aspect. But Mr. Seaver is the right person that actually can help you in every aspect with DCF, and make your life go smoothly and happy again. Having Mr. Seaver in my life literally saved my life. Having the local, state, federal law enforcement with the FBI involvement and the DCF, my life was a mess. And I really thought that I would not be able to work anymore, support my family, support my son, able to finish the school. And the only hope that I had was Mr. Seaver. And actually, that was the best decision I made, because the phone call I got today from Mr. Seaver turned my life around, made me happy again. He gave me the good news. The supported decision from DCF turned into unsupported decision, and this was literally the happiest moment of my life. After I had my son, the birth of him was the happiest moment, and this is another moment that I will remember. When I first contacted Mr. Seaver, I was really I was really sad, was really skeptical about my case because the allegations against me that were really serious. Mr. Seaver assured me that we actually gonna work with the CF, which he did. He did a professional and excellent job. He was cooperating with them. Every time they came to the house visit, he was giving them information. He actually shared with them every information they needed. He worked with them in the spirit of cooperation. He made sure that DCF didn't become my enemy, but he makes sure that they actually turned into my side and saw the right thing actually. And finally, Mr. Seaver, he was like uh, amazing because he was able, which I never thought this would happen with another lawyer. He was able to overturn the allegations and was able, by cooperating with DCF and sharing information and showing them all the documents, was able to support the decision. I never thought, to be honest, the allegation would be unsupported before the hearing. I was hoping that the allegation would be unsupported before hearing. I was really skeptical only because the allegations were like really bad and this was looking bad. And I really was hoping, at least during the hearing, I was trusting in Mr. Seaver. I'm like, he will help me because I know he's a really good lawyer. But I never thought this would happen before hearing. I'm overjoyed. I'm really happy and grateful. I will be grateful to all my life to Mr. Seaver. He's just an excellent lawyer. And just his professionalism and his spirit of cooperation with DCF, with the families, is like he makes everything possible. Kevin Seaver is the best Massachusetts Department of Children and Families lawyer that you can hire.